How's it going, guys? King of the fourth quarter here, and we are back. It's more of our Minnesota Timberwolves MyGM round 1, game 2 against this New Orleans Pelicans team. You guys do know I'm the number 3 seed, they're the number 6 seed, so we do have that home court advantage. So these first two games are big. Last game we barely squeaked out of there with a W in overtime, so I decided to make some changes. So I went back over the unedited footage and tried to figure out which player on our team basically not stop Anthony Davis, because he was scoring on everybody, but who contained Anthony Davis the best. And I went over the footage and I was surprised to see that our rookie Eric Woods was giving Anthony Davis the toughest time. So I decided to move Karl-Anthony Towns back over to center. Speaking of Karl-Anthony Towns, hold on, watch this. The man knocked down a 3, expanding his range. That's why I like this, man. You get to see the players grow. Last year he was not able to make that shot, but he did the pick and pop here and it scored. So yeah, we got Eric Woods at small forward and Karl-Anthony Towns is back over to center. So this is a little experiment for us. If it didn't work out in the first quarter, I was going to go out and put Gorgie Dang back in. But it seemed to work, man. Anthony Davis is not the same person he was last game. Maybe because we had some help from that guy right there, because last game my man Jimmy Butler ended with like 4 points. He was the only player on our team that had playoff experience, and he didn't even show up. So in this game he did him. Look at this, coming off the screen, pulling in his face, and that's cash 3-pointer. Like, he was our main source of offense early in this game, and it felt good because now everybody else can, usually he's the offensive guy, so everybody else can go back to their roles. You see him getting that oop. We're actually playing our game this game, and it feels good, man, because last game they basically stopped our fast break. You know, we're the fastest paced team in the league, highest in fast break points. So in this game we actually got to speed up some things. You know, the half-court offense was New Orleans thing, but here we finally get to do us. You see right here, here's our spark plug. He's going to give it up to Jimmy, who's wide open on the wing, and that's cash. We're in the first quarter, and we're already up by 13. That's good, man, but we don't want to step off the pedal because we know what this team can do, and we know that sometimes our team could fall apart. So after the first quarter, we're up by 13, which is great. But we want to build in this lead. We want to destroy this team because we want their soul. Like, we don't want them feeling good. Because that's probably one of the reasons why we destroy. Because we went in that game last time and we got that victory. It was close game. We battled our way through it. I know our guys are feeling good after. Look at Eric Woods. He's tough to score with, but right there he got a bucket. But their team is probably feeling terrible after losing that game, and we want to keep them that way going into game 3. So in game 2, we tried to play our game. Our bench players got a lot of time because you see we're up by almost 20 early in this game. So we decided to rest some guys a little bit. I know it's the playoffs and we shouldn't be thinking about rest, but if we're going to be in this series, not in this series, but in this playoffs a long term, we need to get that rest because we'd hate to see somebody get injured or hate to see somebody be fatigued when the big games come around. So in this game, you're going to see a lot of clips from our backups because, I mean, our backups are good. We are one of the best benches in the league. Who's our bench captain? Tony Roten. And I want to say Myers Leonard because my man Myers Leonard has been doing him so far in the playoffs. If you didn't know, he scored 20 plus points last game off the bench, our spark plug, and that's one of the reasons we won. Look at Tyus Jones getting him with the pump fake and floating over it. I'm wanting to increase his role in this playoffs because he's kind of a playmaker. Like, he does make big plays. Tony Roten is the guy to go to offensively off this bench. But sometimes I want to move Tony Roten over to that shooting guard position, have Tyus Jones bring the ball up the court because he does make some plays. Right here, you're going to see him make that pass, throw it up to, never mind. There's Anthony Davis, because you haven't seen many clips of Anthony Davis. So there's one, he stops our fast break, and they score on the other end. But basically, he was having a tough game. I don't know if it was our defense or he was just off. Oh, there's our spark plug right there. Or he was just off, but he was having a tough time out there. You see second quarter winding down. We're up by 15. Anthony Davis is going to get that block. And that's kind of the story of that first half. I think in the first half, he had like 9 points. And that's amazing because this time last game, he had over 20. So we're actually doing our thing. We're doing what we have to do to get a victory. See right here, he's coming out kind of strong in the second half. He's going to throw that down on like 2 people, but that's okay. We have a big enough lead where he can do stuff like that because offensively we're taking off on them. Defensively they can't stop up. You see Zach LaVine protecting the ball against the big man. That's what we want our guards to do because early in the season, man, we were getting our stuff swatted. Like, nobody could score on the big man, and we're chasing that down. Jimmy Butler, you know, he's a defensive monster. He's feeling himself this game. Like, he has almost 20 points right now, or over 20 points, and it's close. Like, it's early in the second half. We're going to throw that up to our captain. You haven't seen many clips of him. You know, he was one of the reasons why we got out there in the game 1 and won that game because in overtime he was taking off, coming off those screens, knocking down those shots. So there he is getting an alley-oop. And right here, that's one thing I'm glad they don't do a lot of, because when Anthony Davis has the ball at the perimeter and having a big man guarding him, he's one of the fastest bigs in the league. So when he gets that first step, it is impossible to keep up. Jimmy Butler, green release in that corner. We're up by 22 right now. Here's the spark plug too. Hold on. 23 right now. Like, it was good, man. I was having fun playing this game finally, because game 1 was stressful. Like, I hate when the games are close. I mean, it's good footage for you guys, but like, it's stressful because I don't like to lose. In this game, we're not gonna lose. We're not gonna blow this lead. You see, it's late in the third quarter. We're up by 24. It's just, we're not gonna blow that in the fourth quarter. So you guys already know we're gonna walk out there with a W. Anthony Davis throwing that down, but that's all right, man. We're gonna come right back at him. When it comes to this fourth quarter, they're going to actually go on a nice little run though. But we have a big enough lead where their run doesn't really matter. It's going to seem like the game gets a lot closer, but it wasn't, man. I was kicked back. My feet was up. Like, I wasn't stressing at all about this game. So we're up by 22 going into the fourth. And they started to put this press on. You guys know I love when they put the press on because we got some fast guards and stuff like this. We get one step ahead of them. Zach LaVine finishing at the hoop. Like, I would never put that press on because I know that once somebody gets beat, it's over. It's a mismatch, and the player's probably going to score. Coming off the screen, Jimmy Butler's going to get that ball. He's going to give it out to Karl Anthony Towns, who's been big in his playoffs. He's averaged about 11 in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's been doing well because Alexis Ajinga has been having trouble guarding him, believe it or not. Which is cool with me because that means more buckets for us, right? So like I said, when Anthony Davis is on the perimeter, it is impossible to stop him. Maybe I should give him a step, but you guys know he's upped his three-point shot, so we have to be in his face because if we don't, he's going to knock it down. So he's one of the toughest players to guard. I thought Andrew Wiggins got cheated right there. That was definitely a clean block. They're going to call goaltender. Whatever, man. We still got a 13-point lead with 4.5 minutes left. Good defense by Wiggins. We're going to throw it up. You know we running this break. Give it to Jimmy Butler, who's going to pull up in their face. Knock it down. I told you guys, Jimmy Butler's mid-range jumper is so wet, especially off a pull-up jumper. It's unbeatable. You see right here, Drew Holiday's going to make it to the hoop. Man, I thought that was a block. I thought that was going to be a clean block to the stands, but nah. So it's an 11-point game. It seems like they're coming back, but our lead is way too much for them to do. You see right here, good defense. Jimmy Butler again with the chase down, but they had a guy to clean it up. Who else but Anthony Davis? So Anthony Davis didn't score 40 on us this game, and that was probably the story of the game. Like, my man has been taking off all season, but right here in this game, he was kind of slowed down. Stop Jimmy Butler off the screen, pull up, mid-range jumper, green release. You know, he got that. So the time is winding down. You see, they're within single digits, but still, I'm not stressed out at all because I know when time gets there, we can get a stop. We're going to give it up to Jimmy Butler with the weird reverse layup. I wanted him to just face up and do a regular layup, but he made the reverse, so I'm not mad at him. And that's pretty much a time winding down. We ended up winning by 9 points, which is cool. So we up 2-0 on this New Orleans Pelicans team where people thought we were the underdog. So now we get to go into New Orleans. We want to keep this going. I want to sweep this team, man. I want to sweep this team and get into round 2 so we can have a little bit of rest because the series that we're going to be going against after, they're actually 1-1 right now. So they're probably going to fight it out to like game 6, game 7. So if we sweep this team, we got a lot of rest. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. You can look at the stats here. Our team went crazy. We had a lot of fun out there. Eric Woods in his first career start in the playoffs ended up stopping Anthony Davis. Let's see how many points Anthony Davis had. I forgot. I think he got under 30, 26. That's containing him. Where's the king of the fourth quarter? If you like it, be sure to leave it a like. It's King, and I'm out.